Hi everyone, hope all of you are happy and safe. Welcome to another episode of go-mmt Return Trip. Today we have Sherril Nayyar with us, who will be joining us shortly for our candid conversation with him about his second innings at go-mmt. Hi Sherril.
Hi, Apoorva. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Long time.
Yeah, really long time. How
Yeah,
are you been?
good. How it's been for you?
Great. Good
Welcome
to see
back.
you back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
welcome back at go-mmt.
absolutely. Glad to be back.
Good to know that you're happy. How has it been for you? What are you doing these days?
Fantastic. I mean, I'm actually doing the same thing which I was doing in the first stint, so that's even made it more special. So, I am actually a part of corporate channel here, and I'm working as a key accounts head for North and East regions, and it's been fantastic. I mean, the team is same, the head is same, the work is same. So I mean, the things which I dearly missed, I've been able to get them back. So I mean, nothing more than that. So I mean, it's been fantastic experience.
Yeah, I'm sure you missed us so much that you joined us back. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
so how long were you with us before this?
So it was a brief period. I mean, I was here only for a year, but and then I left and I joined back. After a gap of about a year itself. And now, for me, what made it special was, during my initial phase, I moved after a long stay with my previous organization for 7-8 years, and the transition MMT made it extremely smooth for me because it becomes very difficult if you are in an organization for a very long time,
No,
and
I'm sure.
yeah, so it becomes difficult. But then that is what makes this place absolutely special.
No, I'm
So
so if I have to ask you one fond memory, or what is the one thing that you missed the most while you were away? So what that would be? Which made you come back?
so I mean, absolutely, we'll go to that section. But I mean, you have also joined back, in fact. So why don't we ask you some
Yeah,
interesting questions, and
I was thinking you would mention this thing.
right, and
Yeah.
that, I think, makes this interaction also special.
Yeah.
So, what are you up to these days?
So I joined back MMT after a very brief gap. I think 4-5
Okay,
months of a gap, and then I joined back. I had been here for 2.5 years before.
okay.
So I worked with a lot of teams before, worked with a lot of leaders before. So I was
Mhm.
into HR business partnering role, right, like you know now, because now I'm business partnering with
Right,
you. So exactly in a similar way, I was partnering with hotels and marketing. I was I worked with Saurabh and Akansha in my previous stint, and Mohit. So it was great. It was great, and I think like you said, I couldn't hold myself up for coming back 3 months, 4 months. It was so difficult period, and I think now when I came
yeah, I
back,
can
I'm handling different businesses altogether. So it's new. It's almost similar feeling, but different experience altogether with new businesses, new leaders. So I think
understand.
it's gonna be great. So I'm looking forward to that. But you haven't answered my
Absolutely,
question yet. What is one of your fond memories? What did you miss? I'm
so
sure
if
there
I
will be a lot of things, but if you have to pick one.
right, absolutely. So I think, like I said, immediately switching from a very long stay with my previous organization, coming here, and then in the first quarter itself, I mean, I was lucky enough to be, recognized by the management, and that is one of the most fondest memories for me, because in the first 3 months, transitioning and then understanding the new business, and
Mhm.
then delivering. So I mean, that's I think the highlight of my first stint, and looking forward to similar kind of an experience this time around as well. So yeah, so I think that would be one key memory.
No,
What
no.
about
My key memory. Uh, I like you said. There are a lot of things. I can't pin it to one, but I think the entire place is just so beautiful, and the people are so nice. I think everybody
I agree
added
with you.
added a
Absolutely.
lot of essence to my journey over here, and contributed so much. So it's very hard to pick one memory, but I think I would say two of my biggest achievements when I joined very recently. 3-4 months into my new role, and there was one day I walked into my desk and there was just most valuable player award that I got, and Yuvraj had nominated me. So that was very sweet and special, and after MBA, this was my first job. So it just gave me that confidence. And I was very happy. I couldn't stop smiling the entire day. And I think that was one of my memories that I'm really fond of. And another was once, because since that, we work with a lot of businesses, and it takes us a lot of time to develop that bond with a lot of people in different businesses. There are around 100 200 folks in other spans. So I worked with hotels back then, international hotels. It was my first span as an HR business partner, so they were very dear to me. So I used to work with them, and once at that point of time when I was awarded by the business leader, I think that was another sort of achievement for me, because I was awarded by the business directly, and they invited the to share that award with me. So I still have that photograph, and I think when I look back at these two are my very beautiful fond memories. Okay, but these are all serious talks. I'll ask you something which is not that serious, which is in your stint with us, I'm definitely that there are so many memories that you have. What is one of the most fun or embarrassing moments that you had with go-mmt? I'm sure that there might be a few, but anything that you can share with us. Now, what is that one fun memory?
So embarrassing, so to say, I've been lucky not to have such moments, in my first stint also. But I think, fun memories, I would say that, we went on when we went out on an excursion outside Delhi, the entire team, and, we were about 25, 26 people for a 2-night stay. And the entire team went, and, that was, I mean, one of the most amazing, and I won't get into the details, but I think that's one of the most I think interesting memory that I was able to create here, because outside work, and when you get into such kind of a relaxing atmosphere wherein people are interacting, and there are a lot of different things that happen, so that kind of opens up to other people as well. So you interact with them, you understand them, you develop that kind of a relationship with them. So I mean, and I think that happened in the month of January, February 2020. So I mean, very, very interesting outing that we had. So that was the one key highlight, I think. So just reconnecting, connecting the dots, and for me personally, one thing, like I said, it was the team, my immediate team, which I was handling here, and I was fortunate enough that these people were still around when I came back, and I while away also, I was constantly in touch with them, getting the regular updates about the business, how business is operating, and all these things, whether they are facing any kind of challenges in XYZ. And plus, Rishi, I mean, that's one motivating factor that you have. I mean, MMT from outside would look like an extremely large organization, but the unique aspect of MMT is that within this organization, there are a lot of startups that operate, and one of those startups is MyBiz, which I am a part of. So I mean, it's purely driven by by Rishi himself, the kind of vigor, the kind of energy that he brings to the table, and the way he's been able to motivate the team. I mean, you look up to such leaders, and that is one of the key aspects why I wanted to join by, because I love being in such a dynamic, vibrant, and interesting environment wherein day in, day out you get different kind of challenges, because you get growth opportunities only when you are in such an environment.
I totally agree. I think from being so so influential, so impactful, and shaping our learning curves also in a brilliant way, I think the way they are very high on EQ also, while we learn so much from them, but we look up to them in terms of EQ, the amount of patience they have for everybody in the team, be it any leader. I've never seen them being worked up. They're very always there. They always take like it's serene working with all of these leaders. You learn so much while in a conversation only. I think the warmth, the feeling of being here. And there's an unsaid, my team and everybody, all the leaders that I've worked with and all the managers that I've worked with, I've been lucky also that, everybody has contributed to the journey, but they have always been just so, inquisitive of my feelings also. They've always, admired how their teammates are. And I think it was always a feeling like coming back home. It never felt like you're going to an organization where there's just a give and take relationship. It felt like culturally they're so embedded that it always felt like that going back home to a happy feeling. So I think
Correct.
I
Correct.
really relate with what you are saying, and I think that's really great that it's been the same for both of us, and I know we're in the same boat right now. So I totally agree what you're saying. But yeah.
And just one more point. Sorry, I'm taking slightly longer in terms of
No.
my reasons, because there are so many reasons of coming back. So I think the kind of specifically talking about my biz and specifically talking about why I decided to come back. B2B environment is such a dynamic environment, such a fast-growing environment, such a fast-growing space wherein uh, I I always had that kind of a confidence in the product, and we'll be able to exploit the market once we are there. And during my first stint, we reached to a certain level, but unfortunately, I decided to move out. But I always had that in mind, that maybe I could have continued my journey with them and seen the product grow and reach out to maximum possible potential. And that is what we are experiencing today. I mean, the entire journey of starting something and then building something and then becoming exceptionally good at that particular thing. I mean, that entire journey is extremely exciting. So I mean, yeah, so this would be the topmost reason for me to come back.
While your journey has been very beautiful, like you said, and it's been dependent on leaders, it's been learning for you culturally, it's been really good for you. If you have to name a movie on your journey at go-mmt, what would that movie be?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. So I mean, hard. See, something which comes to top of my mind would be, maybe something like a, Rocket Singh Salesman of the Year.
I can see the reference.
I really love that movie, and I think, yeah. So I mean, not particularly one movie, but I think day in day out, there are so many different experiences that you get in a place like MMT. It's very difficult to put one particular aspect to it. I mean, every day is a different day for you, and that is what makes it so interesting. So I mean, yeah, but one particular movie which I personally like and I can relate to it would be this one. But I think there would be, in your tenure also, there would be some kind of a movie which you can also relate to. So.
Yeah, so I think if I have to pick on a movie, that would be Pursuit of Happiness. I think it's a movie that I love, and I'll tell you why. Because while I was here at my tenure at go-mmt, it was beautiful, and then there was a small stint when I was not there. So you miss that part, and that hardship that you feel while you're not there. And once I came back, when I walked back into the office after I rejoined, that feeling that I had, it was literally that feeling that I think Will Smith felt in the movie, because that was my moment of happiness of coming back home. It was just I missed the place so much that I was just so happy. Good catching up with you, Sherril. Thank you so much for being so candid, and yeah, the journey has been beautiful. Thank you for sharing with us so candidly your most fun, memories, your most embarrassing memories and fond memories with us. I think this has been great, and I would love to meet you in office, once we are there. We should definitely catch up and celebrate our second innings over here.
Yeah. So I think it's quite been, and this setup has been quite interesting, because generally it's one way around. In our case, both of us have joined back, so I think quite an interesting conversation. But yeah, see you in office very soon, and let's catch up.
Thank you so much for your time, Sherril. It was amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please take
care. See you soon.
Bye.